What is up, what is up, what is up, everybody? Phil Nagy on Sports joining you here. It's time for some more Guardians Sim action here on the channel. Guardians starting a new series with the Blue Jays tonight. An opportunity to get a preview of what that looks like. Cookie Carrasco going to be on the mound, which usually means big things for the opponents, but we'll see how this one goes. But do appreciate everybody being on. The Guardians 46 and 26. And the Blue Jays coming into town. Second baseman Spencer Horwitz to get things started. Again, I'm not sure why they have that thing. That is a game off. They're actually 46 and 26. I don't know why. The computer thinks they're a game differently than they are, but they are. Hey, Mitchell, welcome in. Carrasco, 6th pitch of the afternoon. Again, brought him back in. 37 years old, I think now. Just needs to try to eat some innings to get to the bullpen without giving up too many runs. Quan will squeeze this one. Good scouting report to start the game. Here's Justin Turner, now former Dodger. Played some with the Boston Red Sox as well, third baseman, but DHing here tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays. In a very crowded AL East, as usual. The Toronto Blue Jays. This one will be ripped hot corner, going to be fielded there by Schneemann playing third base across the diamond easily. And now here's Vladdy Guerrero Jr. 7 home runs, 30 RBI for him on the season. But obviously a big power threat. Goes swinging and missing at that one. 1-2 count here for Cookie. And swing and a miss at the high fastball. 93 on the gun. 35 and 39 Toronto Blue Jays go 1-2-3. Nice open to the game for Cookie Carrasco. Again, 4th in a top heavy with the Baltimore Orioles and New York Yankees. Nice shoes there for Francis. The actual announced starting pitcher for tonight is not in the game, so my guess is that he might be a minor league call-up who has yet to make his way into the game officially. And Stephen Kwan strikes out at the first pitch, but the Toronto Blue Jays 14.5 out of first, 35 and 39 is their record, and yeah, that would be 3rd in the Central for reference sake, if that kind of thing matters to you. Here's Jimenez with the full count now. Andres Jimenez ripping it but foul. And we had 2 home runs in our Guardian Sim a couple of nights ago. So Bowden Francis, getting the nod for the Blue Jays in this one. Again, Gariel Rodriguez, Gonzalez. Here comes Jimenez, and he'll try to stroke one right field, and it's going to be snagged by George Springer. Long-time Houston Astro George Springer. Here's Jose Ramirez back from paternity leave. 18 homers, 64 RBI. He is raking the baseball right now, and this one's going to be through the gap and into the shift. Shortstop Kiner Falefa makes a great play from behind second base, actually past second base. Again, as much as you can shift now, you cannot take the infield all the way across and over, but you can take them all the way up to the bag, and that's where Kiner Falefa was, and able to snag that one and throw out Hosey. So, 3 up, 3 down for both sides. First inning comes without a hitch, and now we have our first walk of the game. Dalton Varsho will be walked here, and now Danny Jansen. Big power threat, no batting gloves, old school for Danny Jansen. He'll swing at that fastball. That slider low and away. 2-2 count here. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy on Sports. When we do these Guardian Sims, we always have the quick counts feature on. If you've never played MLB the show, the quick counts button is amazing, and it starts everybody with pretty much a 1-1 count, but it can be randomized to be 1-2, 2-1, 3-2, etc. You can't actually start with a full count. It does count against the pitch count, so the stamina sometimes can become an issue for the starters. You know, it's really hard to throw like a complete game shutout in this mode, but if that's your aim, then you can deal with the 0-0 count each time. Trying to get them done in a relatively quick manner, which there's so many of them, I like to do that. Baseball is such a long season. Another strikeout, by the way, there for Cookie Carrasco. He'll take an eye on first base. Naylor there on the tag, but a little bit late. Varsho after his opening inning walk. Carrasco out of the stretch. He'll kick and fire. High fastball. Oof, not going to get that love from Blue there. The umpire not interested in awarding that high fastball to good Carrasco. 2-1 coming up here to Barker. Barker swings at the changeup. He was a little ahead of that one for sure. 2-2 count now. Good look at Barshow at first. Swung and stung left field, but Kwan backing up just a couple of steps, and he will easily make the catch. And very quickly, through 2 innings, here comes Josh Naylor. 18 home runs for him. That's first ties Hosey. Could be 3 RBI for Hardy and Naylor. Let's see if he can get himself on base to start the inning. He'll swing at a high fastball. Unable to make contact. And this one's going to be stung to the gap. That's going to be a base hit. And center fielder Kiermaier comes over to cut it off. Opening hit, first hit of the game. It's going to be Josh Naylor responsible for that one. And the Guardians have their first base runner of the day for David Fry. Fry looks at a high fastball. 307, 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. David Fry has been quite a surprise this season. Francis out of the stretch now. 3-1 count. Naylor on first base. Not really a base stealing threat, but takes a look anyway. Now Fry tries to flare one to right field. Just a little bit too much inside out on that swing. 3-2 count. We'll see if Naylor decides to take off. And ripped to the right field, and glad that he didn't, because it's going to be caught immediately by Guerrero. And that would have been a very easy double play had Naylor been running. So that's a reason to not start the runner there on that full count. Here comes Will Brennan, now right fielder. Hero a couple nights ago with 2 home runs. Schneemann on deck. Last name literally means snowman in German. They call him the snowman. Brennan will flare this one very high to second baseman. Barshow coming over easily makes the catch. No infield fly rule on that one. Excuse me, Barshow not playing. Second base later, Hurwitz playing second base. Schneemann now into the game. 303 on the young season for him. Again, showed the 41 plate appearances since the call up from Columbus for the snowman. Naylor at first. 2-2 count coming from Bowden Francis. 0-0 game. Phil Nagy on Sports. 3-2 count now. This time Naylor will take off with Freeman on deck. And he'll swing a high fastball, foul it back. Try it again. Hope everybody's having a good Friday here. Again, this game will tee off, kickoff, start, first pitch from the land about 7 o'clock tonight. It's baseball weather now, the way I go outside. It feels like baseball weather. Now Schneemann right side, got through the infield on the left side rather. He snuck it past the third baseman. And a nice play there by the snowman to keep the 2 out and rally going perhaps. Here comes Tyler Freeman. Can he get somebody in from scoring position? And his high slider does not come back into the zone. That front door slider not open right now. Here's Tyler Freeman. Look at what he's done. Again, another middle infielder, deep middle infielder prospects have the Guardians, but they've moved him to center field. He's actually played pretty decently there. And that is going to be wide. 3-1. Verthio on deck. Does Freeman have the green light? He does, and he'll rip it, but he's just a little ahead of it. And that was going to be gone if it had stayed fair, but just jumped on the fastball a little bit too much. Here's the full count now. There goes Naylor, and he'll strike him out. So gets out of a jam with Bowden Francis. 8-9-1 coming up for the Blue Jays here, top of the third.
Leading off the shortstop,
former New York Yankee Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. 269 on his season so far. Carrasco, high fastball, not even close. 2-2 count. Kiner-Falefa standing in there. And we'll go fishing. Full count now with Kiermaier, the center fielder, the speedy center fielder, on deck. Swing and a flare right side. Is it going to get down? It is not. Good catch by Brennan. He had to cover some ground. And he does nicely for the first out of the third inning. Now here's Kevin Kiermaier, longtime Tampa Bay Ray. Interested in taking some players, star players from other ALC East teams. Like Kiermaier, Connor Calefa, and Justin Turner. Horwitz, the leadoff hitter, second baseman on deck here. 3-1 count here to Kiermaier. Again, he still has good speed. You do not want to put him on base for free, and that's exactly what Cookie does. Low changeup couldn't catch the zone, and now Horwitz has a bit of a hitter's count, starts at 2-1. Horwitz. And they're trying to steal second, had the hit and run on. This time he's only able to foul it away. Because again, we talked about Kiermaier's speed. This time he stays put. They'll try to drill it to the right side. No go. Again, that hole is going to be between that second baseman and first baseman. If Naylor is holding him, they try to hit and run again. You can see Rocchio flashing over to cover the bag, which is his responsibility against the left-handed hitter. 2-2 count. Grounder double play ball here. Second to first. Go! Safe at first. Is a little bit slow on the exchange, I think. Jimenez getting it into Rocchio at shortstop. It felt like it was an easy double play ball, but again, quick wheels there from Horwitz beats it out, so fielder's choice. And it's a moot point as Turner flies this one up in the air, and Naylor will make the catch, and no harm, no foul there. Hey, Mason, happy Friday to you, my friend. Heading to the bottom of the third, Guardians 0-0 here. But the best news of the day is that Cookie Carrasco has not given up a bunch of runs just yet, which he has been doing recently in his real-life starts. Rocchio tries to flare one to the left field side, and it'll be snagged and dragged easily in there by the Blue Jay left fielder. And back to the top of the order now, here's Stephen Kwan. Kwan flaring at left field. Is it going to get down? It is. Just classic Stephen Kwan. It's a little flare job left field over the shortstop's head, but well in front of the left fielder, and that is vintage Stephen Kwan there with an easy base hit now. And that is with one out. An opportunity to move him around. And they try a pitch out, but nothing is happening here. Kwan will steal a couple of bases, but he's not your traditional leadoff hitter in terms of being a base-stealing machine. But that doesn't mean he won't give it a go from time to time. Here's a hit and run, and he almost executed beautifully. That would have scored Kwan from first had that landed fair down the left field line. Now 2-2 count. Another hit and run, and he'll strike out, and then Kwan able to get in there. Almost had the strikeout force out, but instead Kwan does successfully steal second, so there you go. Shows me that he won't actually try to steal the base, but that was just a hit and run. And Jimenez missed the hit part. 1-1 count here is Hosey. Hosey flares it into the netting on the third base side. Again, crack the bat, Kwan will be off, so a regular base hit easily scores him here. 2-2 count coming up for Jose Ramirez. And now 3-2. Almost feels like Francis doesn't really want to pitch to Jose Ramirez right here with first base open. See if he challenges him on 3-2. He does, and Ramirez is able to drill it. Left field, deep, on his horse, and catching it in the basket, though, is the left fielder. Easy catch there, actually. Off the bat, of course, a little excitement as you saw that outfielder turn around and start running, but not an effective RBI swing that time from Ramirez, and here comes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. into the game. And he'll swing at another inside fastball. Carrasco has been good at getting the Blue Jays hitters to bite on those pitches, hasn't he? Ooh, that slider somehow misses. That is a bad call. Bad call. 3-2 count for Guerrero. Swings at the slider, but can't catch up to it. And that'll be strikeout number 4 for Carlos Carrasco here in the top of the fourth. So solid start for him so far. Marshall now, he'll foul it off 1-2. And Bo Bichette Jr. just recently getting injured, so that's why Hurwitz playing second, and Bo Bichette thought of to be one of the men who's potentially on the trading block for the Toronto Blue Jays. That certainly changes things up, but the timing doesn't. Here's Danny Jansen, the catcher, power hitting catcher. His classic glasses and no batting gloves for Danny Jansen. And a swing at the fastball just out of the zone, and Cookie is dialed in here. He's got a no-hitter going through 4 innings. Josh Naylor started off the hitting with a single in the second. Here he is now to lead off the 4th inning. And he'll go fishing for a fastball wide of the zone, and doesn't make any contact. Yeah, Mason, actually tomorrow I kick back off the wedding singing thing. My break since November is officially over. My leg is healed enough to jump around and play some music as Nanter pounds this one to the second baseman. So yeah, I'll actually be tomorrow in the Springfield area for my first one back. Looking forward to getting back out on the dance floor. So this one's going to be wide, slider from Francis. But summer vacation otherwise going well. Of course, just getting back from France and figuring out what day and time and day of the week and all that stuff it is here. Swing and a miss. That thing was way outside the zone. Getting squeezed that time. The ump has been unkind so far to the Guardians with his strike zone. Now here's Will Brennan with 2 outs. And he'll drill it through the gap on the right side. Base hit. Will Brennan. Potentially another 2-out rally brewing here. Still a 0-0 game. Brennan does a nice job to just guide that one between the first and second baseman. Now he'll hustle back. Guerrero takes a big swipe at him. Late. And here comes Schneemann, who had a base hit to the left side his first time up. That ball is high. Now 2-1 for the Snowman. Again, still just limited at bats. You can see he jumped from 307 to 324 with that base hit. That's how few at bats he's had so far in the league. Schneemann, center field. Deep to the gap. Is it going to get down? It is not going to get down. Kiermaier with a really nice catch. Running into the wall. I thought maybe it had a chance to get out of there and then maybe had a chance to get down. But wheels from Kevin Kiermaier all the way over to track that one down and prevents any runs from being scored. So we are all fair and square headed to the top of the 5th. Here's Carrasco's 74th pitch of the day to George Springer. Again, part of that Houston Astros glut of talent that they have then, of course, started to have to offload. Nice play by Kwan. Back when they were winning and had tons of prospects, of course. And they were cheating some too, of course, back then as well. But Carlos Correa has since moved on to the Twins. George Springer here. The Blue Jays, so they've had to start to break up that team. Can't afford to pay all of your young, very talented players big contracts. Diving into the foul territory, and Kwan almost makes a beautiful play. Wagner lives to see another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the changeup. That little circle change as it kind of turns over like a circle. Strikes him out. As Cookie Carrasco looks dialed in here to start this performance. We would take this tonight from Guardians fans. A 5-inning no-hit performance from Cookie Carrasco. This one's going to be stung up into the air. And again, Brennan on his horse makes the catch. 5 up, 5 down for Cookie Carrasco. Still yet to have registered a base hit. And now headed to the bullpen are the Blue Jays for Zach Pop, his 24th appearance of the year for Pop. And Tyler Freeman will swing first. Heading left hand, big left foot extension rather. And a little bit of a sidearm throw. That slider got down and below the zone. Freeman takes a hack at it. 2-2 count for Freeman. This one's going to be a base hit back up the middle. Tyler Freeman. All right, Mike starting the inning with a base hit. That gives you lots of opportunities. Try to move the runner. Bottom of the lineup here. Chance for Rocchio to move him over and do his job here. We'll quickly get back. You can see how big of a lead Freeman had. He is not afraid to steal that base. And he is in Pop's head right now. Stung to the right side. Double play ball, though, stagged by Guerrera. And then back to Guerrero as he stabbed that one right out of the end. Easy double play ball, unfortunately. And we're back to the top of the order. Stephen Kwan with 2 outs. Very quickly, one swing of the bat, your prospects for scoring go way down. Kwan is set. He's going to rip a solo shot right side. Not his game normally, but Stephen Kwan with a big home run. 455 feet. His 5th of the year. Look at this one. He cranked it, and he cranked it to right center. 455 is a blast of a home run, and that thing almost gets to the second deck. That 29-degree launch angle, 112 on the exit velocity. That thing was out of here. And Stephen Kwan, again, he can hit home runs. Obviously 4 on the season. That's not necessarily his game, but that time he took the pitch from Pop. And he ripped it on out of here. So 1-0. We have our first score of the game, which means Cookie Carrasco in line for his 3rd win of the season. Should this result hold, he's going to stay in the game now. Pitch number 86 coming. We're to the bottom of the lineup. Kevin Kiermaier, the number 9 hitter and center fielder, into the game. Remember, he got on base on a walk and then tried to steal second. That sinker not going to be called a strike. Carrasco's pitched low, and again, I think the outside the zone strikes from this ump clearly are on the inside here to these lefties. That one's going to be right in the pocket, and first base hit of the game. There goes the no-no for Carrasco as Kiermaier getting on base now for his 2nd time in as many as bats. And still has those good wheels at first base. Here's Spencer Horwitz, and we're already up to a full count. So this time the quick counts gave us the full count first. And struck him out looking on the changeup. 8th strikeout of the day. And it's a backwards K for Carlos Carrasco. 1 down. Runner on first is Kiermaier. And that one's going to get past him. Fry's got to throw the helmet, and Kiermaier going to easily get himself to second base. Probably going to go as a wild pitch. Yep, there is the scorer's decision. A wild pitch for Carlos Carrasco, and he's got to be careful here. His blemishlessness, his blemish-free performance so far could get out of control quickly with just a 1-0 lead. Looping slider, and it's going to go down. Kiermaier turning, headed for home. Freeman, and they're just going to cut and hold. And just like that, tie game, and it came again on a base hit and then a wild pitch, and then very quickly going to these starters. This happened the other day too. I don't know what about its little metric says that Tanner Bybee should be the first pitcher to come in. Of all of the things that this game does well with these daily options, you feel like it should know which guys are the relievers and which guys are the starters. But Logan Allen came in first the other day, and now Bybee's in there. I mean, Bybee's our best pitcher at this point, so I'll take it. But for as well as the rest of this operation from MLB The Show is going, you feel like they would know which relievers would be coming out of the pen. And yes, technically I know that every pitcher is available to come out of the pen, up to and including a starter like Bibby. Well, damage was done. Kiermaier got on, and then got to second on a wild pitch, and then a little looping single scored him from second base, and we're now 1-1. Jose Ramirez, the batter now, looks at a 2-1 count from Zach Pop, who gave up the solo shot to Stephen Kwan in the 5th. Here now at the bottom of the 6th. Guardians batting, trying to reestablish the lead in this 1-1 game. 2-2 count for Ramirez. He's in protect mode, and he'll just fling this thing to the right side. Foul. Pop kicks and fires, and drills him in the back of the thigh. That one hurts. And first base awarded to Jose Ramirez. Took that one on the back of the hamstring. And he's on first base. Here comes Josh Naylor with a chance at an RBI attempt. I guess every at-bat you have a chance at an RBI attempt, because you get an RBI for yourself if you hit a home run, even a solo home run. And that one's going to be inside, so some control issues right now, maybe for Pop after hitting Jose Ramirez, having a hard time finding the strike zone. But here's Josh Naylor on a 2-2 count. And he swings at a low sinker. Probably gets called a ball, but that's a tempting pitch for most hitters. Just not able to catch up with it, and now one down for David Fry. A nice opportunity for Fry to get a little base hit here. With Ramirez on first, and there goes Ramirez trying to steal second. Got him! Danny Jansen, not the best of jumps for Ramirez, and a beautiful throw, and just like that, 2 down and nobody on for David Fry, and he'll rip one into the camera bay next to the third base Guardians dugout. He'll strike out. Well, that thing went from very promising to very unpromising in a short amount of time, and that man right there, Danny Jansen, able to deliver the strike with the right arm. And again, I don't understand why Bybee is the pitcher that they would go to here. What do I know? That ball's going to be high. Here's a 3-2 count. Oh, how is that not a strike? Oh, boy. Again, that bottom of that strike zone is very ungenerous from this umpire. That felt like it was a strike 10 times out of 10. That's the one he has been giving a strike. That's slightly outside. So I can't figure this guy out. Usually you can figure him out a little bit about where their strike zones will adjust to. 2-2 count here. Guardians and Blue Jays tied at 1. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy on Sports. Hello and welcome to all 1,106 of our subscribers. You guys are the best. Our new subscribers, if you've jumped on in the last couple weeks, thank you so much to you. If you've been with us since the beginning, thanks so much to you. And if you've been with us from somewhere in the middle, that's obviously okay as well. We do appreciate all of our subscribers there for keeping this little COVID project of mine afloat all of these years now. When we place on YouTube, you're going to find multiple simulated sporting events with live original commentary by me, Phil Nagy, and my cousin Kit Nagy. I am a high school music teacher and professional musician who secretly wants to be Jim Donovan someday. Not so secret now. Everybody knows I want to be Jim Donovan someday. And that one's going to go wide of the mark, but no advance to third. Well, Barger gets to move Jansen over, and now Bybee in a little bit of some trouble. Again, Tanner Bybee, not sure why he came out of the pen, but he did. Double play ball. Naylor to Rocchio. Back to Naylor, and Bybee gets right out of the jam. Still 1-1. We're going to head to the 7th inning stretch. Taking out the ball game being played there in the background. Trevor Richards coming out of the pen now. Will Brennan will lead off at the bottom of the 7th for the Guardians. Number 6 hitter swings at a changeup. 1-2 count for Brennan. High fastball, and he'll strike him out. So Trevor Richards comes right in, throws a quick strikeout here now to Snowman. Schneeman. And that ball's going to be high, and he does not take his hat and swing at it this time. 1 for 2 in the game is the Schneeman, and this one now 2 for 4 as he'll rip a single up the center field. Mark Kiermaier quickly into Connor Falefa. We got 1 on with 1 out here for Tyler Freeman, who also has a single to his credit in this one. Freeman will swing at that high fastball and just foul it back 2-2 now. Schneeman on first. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Richards. And Freeman's got to be a little bit more patient than that, especially with a runner in scoring position. And now Brian Rocchio with 2 outs. Schneeman on first, a chance to break the tie. That high fastball goes in. That's a tough ball to hit there. That high inside fastball. Very hard to swing at. And this one's even further inside, and so 3 up and 3 down. Richards able to strike out the side. We're to the top of the 8th. And now Sam Hentges into the game. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Kiermaier. Hentges kicking and firing. And ground ball right side. Coming over Jimenez. Scoops from one knee. Throws him out. Nice play there. Back to the top of the lineup with Spencer Horwitz.
Second baseman, Spencer Horwitz.
Lefty-lefty matchup here again. As Vogt went with Hentges, and a high fastball, 96 miles an hour, just fouled back. That one way high at 97. Not a chance. Full count for Horwitz. Henches fires. Going to be thrown quickly to the right side. And Jimenez able to scoop that easy grounder to the second baseman. And now 2 down for Justin Turner, who has the single and the RBI in this one. He is the one who drove Kiermaier in with his little flare shot to center field. And this one's going to look very similar and down. Again, another little, almost felt like a miss hit there. Sounded like a miss hit, but it gets over the head of Rocchio. And lanes in front of Juan. And here comes the former Cleveland Indian, Ernie Clement, into pinch run. In this one, for Justin Turner, again, he's the designated hitter, so no chance of seeing Clement in the field. Guerrero 0 for 3. He needs to stay 0 for here. One swing of the bat could untie this one from Vladdy Jr. And he'll fling it right side. That had some heat to it. 2-2 count still. And just a long look at first base at Clement. Back, tries to go inside, pushing it back. Brennan to the warning track and deeper, but it makes this catch on the warning track. And a little bit of a sigh of relief there. We go to the top of the order for the Guardians, bottom of the 8th, and they need to get something going here. Tim Meza coming in, their setup guy, and a lefty. 2 pitch against Quan, flip Ramirez around as well. Stephen Quan, lefty. He's got 2. He's 2 for 3 today with that solo shot being the only one, and he's going to walk him. So he walked him on the 3-1 count, and here comes Andres Jimenez. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Juan at first. Nobody out. Guardians trying to break the tie in the bottom of the 8th. Just hit and run, and Jimenez just a little bit in front of that one. I can tell you saw Connor Falefa running to that second base. That one's going to be inside, 2-2. Sinker at 94. Jimenez, good vision there. Jimenez, rip it. Is this down? It is. That might score him all the way from first. Quan hurrying, hustling in from the right fielder. Cut it home. They'll go home. Quan! Nope, he stayed at third. It's tough to see from that angle. A nice double by Jimenez. I thought Quan would have gone for home for sure. And here's the intentional walk of Jose Ramirez, getting it back to a lefty, and Josh Naylor. He has, to his credit, Naylor gotten better at hitting lefties. But here's a bases loaded, nobody out opportunity for Josh Naylor, and he strikes out. Now here's David Fry, and now with 1 out. Bases are loaded. Yes, I see the win expectancy. Can that thing go away, please? Fry flares it right side. That'll score the game-leading run, and it might score 2. 94, 95, 98% as they score a couple. David Fry with a beautiful double, scoring 2 runs. And they'll quickly get out of it, and Brendan Little comes into the game, another lefty, but you can see there the Guardians doing a nice job. A 2-run double from David Fry. And that will break the tie, and that also means that Clase gets up in the pen. Will Brennan, 1 for 3 on the day, just foul as Ramirez had to hop over that one. Or was it Naylor? Somebody, one of those 2 guys is at third base with the hair sticking out of the helmet. 22,941 in Cleveland tonight to see the game, perhaps. Swing in the right side. Is it close enough? Guerrero's going to go to first. And all the runners stay. And Brennan needed to get it a little bit further into the infield to score Ramirez from third. Now here's Schneemann, 2 for 3 in the game, with an opportunity to open this thing wide up if he wants. Lefty mashed up, and Schneemann's just going to bash it to the shortstop. Kiner Falefa throws him out, and they leave 2 on, but they do give up 2, and now 3-1. It's going to be Clase time here in Cleveland. Here he comes. Emmanuel Clase looking for save number 22. We'll start with Dalton Varsho, the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming. And that was a quick 99-mile-an-hour cutter from Clase. Emmanuel kicking, firing low. That one's going to just drift to foul and into the netting. 1-2 count to Varsho. Clausen rips it, still fouled away as he's trying to catch up with that 100-mile-an-hour heat that Clausen can provide when he wants it. Kicks and fire. That time he tried to go with the slider inside. And 2 inside for Varsho to try to take a swing at it. That one's going to be fouled back again. 99 mile an hour on the gun for that cutter. Clausen fouled back again. Already 9 pitches in the at-bat for Dalton Varsho. Credit him. Stretching out the reliever. Definitely one strategy. Especially a reliever that throws the kind of gas that Clausen does. That time he can't catch up to the 100-mile-an-hour cutter and foul it back. Enough of this fouling back business. I'm just going to throw 100 and see if you can catch up. Now here's Jansen. Clausen, and this one's going to be grounded through the hole. That had some heat, got through Schneemann. And a single for Danny Jansen here in a 3-1 ball game. Will they pinch run for him? They will not. George Springer is the batter, 1 out, 1 on. And he'll flare this one back, 2-strike count now. That slider at 92 is so nasty. Here comes another gapper left side. Going to be knocked down by Rocchio, but he's not going to have a play. And another single, and now the tying run on base for Addison Barger here. And sometimes Clausen makes it a little bit tricky, and we'll see if he can get out of this jam. Swing and a miss that time early on that slider, that 92-mile-an-hour slider. That's the off-speed pitch for Clausen. Barger 1 for 3 in the game. He's got 2 runners on. Chance to try to tie the game with 1 swing of the bat or take a lead with a big swing of the bat here in the top of the 9th. Clausen strikes him out down to their final at-bat. And for some reason, we're taking out Clausen and putting in Tim Herron to finish off the save. Very strange. The pitching decisions have been very strange. Especially because it's not even a lefty-lefty matchup. So I wonder if Clausen tweaked something or whatever. But here comes Herron, the lefty. Setup man. And he's got him down to their last strike here. Runners on first and second. 2 down. Tim Herron. Final pitch. Nope. He'll do it again. Here comes 3-2. And Tim Herron. Another pitch coming as they'll foul that one back. Here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Runners on first and second. They'll take off. Flaring at center field on his horse. That's going to score 1. It might score 2. Freeman chucking it home. Cut and hold to first. And oh, he's safe at the plate because he dropped the ball. Oh my. Kiner-Falefa empties the bases. And that would have been a tag out at home plate to end the game. But David Fry drops the ball. They had him dead to rights. That was a really nice... The cutoff man got hit perfectly in Jimenez, and David Fry just drops it, and now another single. And again, I'm not sure why they took Clausen out. This is getting very strange with these sim pitching decisions. Again, short of an injury, which can happen. That does happen. Horwitz now, but we're 3-3, and we're going to have to go to the bottom of the 9th in this one. And does snag that one, and finally gets out of it. But 2 runs coming in. Strangely, Tim Herron came in to pitch to try to get the last out, and he couldn't do it. And then a dropped ball at home plate from Daniel Fry has left us at 3-3. Strange turn of events there in the top of the 9th, unfortunately for the Guardians. Freeman now into bat. 1 for 3 on the day. And he'll swing and lift it to right field. And it will be run down and caught easily by the right fielder, George Springer. Rocchio now. He'll flare it right side. Will it get down on his horse? Springer dives, and this one's going to be extra bases. Rocchio around first. He's up to second. Chasing all the way is Springer to the corner. He's at second and now hustling for third. And easily into third with a triple is Brian Rocchio. Oh, and now... Oh, boy. There you go. Actually got the injury notification. Davis Schneider coming in, but a potential Achilles injury for George Springer. But yeah, I guess they're going to show us a message if you get injured. But now Stephen Kwan with a runner on third. Perfect opportunity to end the game. Up the middle, and Kwan is the hero. He started the scoring, and he ends the scoring. Guardians win. The triple from Rocchio, and then Stephen Kwan with a little seeing eye single. And they celebrate with Kwan on first base. Guardians are going to win this one. And then pose 4-1, or excuse me, 4-3 rather. As another look at it here, just to smash her up the middle. Again, that's Stephen Kwan being Stephen Kwan. 3 for 4 on the afternoon for him. Solo shot, and then that single that scores Brian Rocchio. And the Guardians get this dub. We'll see if this comes true tonight. Tim Herron ends up getting the win in a weird blown save, but getting the win situation in this one. Box score today shows 3 for 4 for Stephen Kwan, 2 for 4 for Schneemann. Otherwise, the triple from Rocchio, the home run from Kwan, and a couple of RBIs for Kwan as well. Those are the pitchers that got used. Fosse gets the hold, but not. It's very strange. Anyway, not sure why that happened. All right, guys, appreciate you. This one was a lot of fun. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see if time allows tonight. I might have our next football game of the sim season. So appreciate everybody being on. Today we will say go Guardians. And as always, go Browns.